Alright, we got top 10 best anime fight of 2023. What's this?
This summer, a lot of epic anime were released, such as Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Mushoku Tensei Season 2, Bleach, and many more.
Someone told me that you just... What was the name again? Tensei something? Yeah, Tensei something. I can never remember the full name, but someone told me that that second season is wild. The wild in the sea and the like wild in the meaning and the way that like is just mad. A lot of sexual shit, bro.
All with
Some
amazing
wild
storylines and
sexual shit.
spectacular animations. But in this video, we'll be showcasing some of the best fights in the summer
I didn't
anime
even watch
list
the second
so far.
season. I did
Prepare
watch
to
the
be
first
amazed
season,
as
but
we
I didn't
dive into
finish
the
it.
epic showdown between characters in their respective verses.
This one is good, but I didn't finish it. Kenshin is pretty good.
If you're a fan of classic anime, then you'll surely recognize this one. We have Rurouni Kenshin Himura versus Jine. We all know who Kenshin Himura is, but Jine might be someone who you don't remember at all.
I know he
He's
is.
an assassin, and the fight between him and Kenshin is a great opening for this video. At this moment, Kenshin uses
Wait. I'm getting spoiled. I don't think I saw this one.
Bato Jutsu, and we all knew Jine was done for. The speed at which Kenshin pulled out his blade, the slow motion movement as
Yo, I didn't see this one. I was like one episode before this.
blade was about to reach Jine, and the way Jine reacted were absolutely satisfying to watch. Jine even thought he would win, but just like that, Kenshin pulled out a double Bato Jutsu using the sheath of his sword, sealing the deal. The remake did an amazing job of making the animation fit the modern
The
era
animation
while
is
still retaining
really,
that classic feel.
really
Even
well
before
done.
that Bato Jutsu attack, if Kenshin didn't have a reverse blade sword, then Jine would have been defeated right on the spot. This fight just showed just how far the difference between Kenshin and Jine's skills are.
Shine.
Moving on, we have
He
Buddha
was about
versus
to kill him,
Harjun
huh?
in Record of
Probably
Ragnarok.
push him all over the edge. If he can't even control his composure. That's pretty
Initially,
weird.
Buddha was supposed to fight Zerofuku, the god of misfortune. He's also the fusion of the 7 lucky gods, being their original form before splitting up in the past. In a twisted turn of events, Zerofuku becomes a vessel for the demon king of the 6th heaven Harjun and disappears completely. While Buddha was pushed into a corner, a silver lining appeared for him and gave him a fighting chance. Buddha was able to achieve enlightenment along with Zerofuku's soul. He was able to use Volanda to create his ultimate weapon, Great Nirvana Sword Zero, and unleashes a downward slash with tremendous force. This attack was capable of cutting Harjun's body into pieces. The depth of the story, its animation, and its choreography create an effect of satisfaction and awe for all the viewers, making it one of the best fights not just in Record of Ragnarok, but in the entire 2023 summer anime list.
I heard about it, but I never watched it.
Hey you! Yeah, you! If you watch this video, then I bet you're a true anime fan, so I have a present for you.
Yeah,
I
pay
give
your
you
bills,
the sponsors
bro.
of this video, Eternal Evolution. The Eternal Evolution is an
Fucking Shark Zombie.
Moving on,
Hell
we
is
have one of the
this?
craziest fight scenes in any anime this summer, 2023.
Oh.
Akira versus the walking shark zombie in Zom
Wait,
100.
they
What made
already
this
that
utterly
far?
ridiculous was that nobody expected a shark to grow legs after it turned into a zombie. Well, it didn't exactly grow legs, but aside from that, it's still worthy of this list. Akira's entrance, the camera angles while he was fighting the monster, all the way to his crackle thunder punch. It looked like this wasn't a zombie anime, but it was like a scene straight out of My Hero Academia. It's rare to see this kind of animation quality, much less eye-catching impact frames in this genre, which was the reason Zom 100 took the anime world by storm. We might have expected to see the shark explode, but it ended even better, seeing as how funny it was to see a bunch of zombie legs moving around after the shark turned upside down. Overall, the zombie shark punch may probably be a fight you didn't even think about encountering in this top 10, but it's
I
up
might
there
watch
for a
it.
reason. Next up is one of the most anticipated fights this summer, Yujiro Hanuma versus Baki.
I watched it.
着地の準備だ。
finally, the moment every Baki fan has ever dreamed of. The ultimate battle between father and son to decide who's the strongest has finally happened. After years of training and practice, Baki Hanma feels ready to challenge his father to the fight that will keep the entire verse on edge. Countless matches, countless fights, countless injuries, and countless powerful enemies prepared Yujiro Hanma's son.
Because if it is, I need to watch it, bro.
Since what began in the first series continued 3 further series, the Baki Hanma conclusion is one that's worth anticipating. Baki's goal of competing against his father to become the strongest man alive served as the driving force behind all of his efforts and ultimately came true as he attained the pinnacle of his performance. Baki has significantly improved in terms of speed, reflexes, technique, and agility during the past 2 episodes. Baki loses the fight figuratively, meeting the same demise as his mother, but the young fighter pulls through and lives to fight another day. The series doesn't come to a close with a fight. It focuses a lot on the father-son bond that it aims to strengthen and repair. Given Yujiro's attitude, it's difficult to persuade him to recognize Baki for his fortitude, endurance, adaptability, and most importantly, his kid, who steals the show by symbolically cooking for Baki and resigning the title. Yujiro finally acknowledges his son. He now announces to the world that Baki is the new strongest creature walking the earth, while in turn, Baki confirms that his father was the winner of the fight.
Is that on the new season? Somebody needs to tell me in the comments if that's on the new season, bro. I need to watch it. Remgar, Kenpachi.
Next on the list is Captain Zaraki Genpachi versus the Visionary Gray.
I'm not even
With the power to make
this
everything you imagine become reality, you'd think you're the strongest there is. I mean, to be completely honest, that's an insanely strong ability. Overpowered even. You could just imagine your opponent to cease existing and the fight's over, but that ability won't defeat Genpachi easily. That guy is just him and no one can take.
The key to great skin is exfoliating and moisturizing. Old Spice gives me both.
That's definitely my favorite character in Bleach,
that away.
actually.
Being a monster that
I wish he would have more
screen
time,
he demonstrates just
bro.
why he's the strongest in the entirety of Soul Society. Through sheer strength
I wish
alone,
he would be in
Genpachi
way more
over
fight
and
than
over
this.
again stopped and countered whatever Gremmy imagined, obliterating a
in
meteor
season
with
2,
a single
this-
strike,
I mean,
witstanding a barrage of bullets and
I mean,
missiles,
he
and
was
finally
no,
catching
you
Gremmy
didn't really
despite
see him
being
that
stuck
much.
in space.
I mean,
Since the battle
actually,
began,
you did
Gremmy
compared
never
to other
stood a
seasons.
speck of a chance against Zaraki. With the captain's display of overwhelming
actually seen him
power,
more.
Gremmy was
I
left with
can't
no
complain,
choice but to
yeah.
imagine himself becoming stronger than Zaraki.
But he's
Instead of
just so
defeating
nice,
Zaraki,
bro.
he defeated himself in the process. As
Kenpachi.
Gremmy managed to imagine himself being as strong as Genpachi, he didn't realize that his body couldn't handle it. Ultimately leading to his defeat, the last image he saw as he was falling to his death was Zaraki looking down on him. The animation and conclusion of the story was so satisfying, we just had to add this one to the list. Up next, we have the entire fight between the
Wait until
Sorcerer
you
Killer
see
and the
Kenpachi
strongest
transform
sorcerer
into a
in Jujutsu
fucking
Kaisen
monster, bro.
history.
That's nothing compared to what it's gonna be. Gojo vs. Doji.
This fight had 2 rounds and ended with a 1-1 score, but we all know how things turned out for real. During their first fight, Toji overwhelmed Gojo in both speed and smarts to the point where Gojo got absolutely decimated. Now, that shocked fans, especially Gojo simps out there, seeing as in Season 1, Gojo was portrayed as untouchable, and he even said that he could win against Sukuna. But who knew that there was someone who was able to not only injure him, but stab him
I
in
did was
every
wrong.
vital
I'm not gonna
point
say
known
too
to
much
man.
because I know some people that can watch this
In round
video
2, that's when
probably
Gojo made
don't
one of
know
the best
it. I'm
comebacks in
not
all of
trying to
anime.
spoil
He
anything,
basically
but I'm just
resurrected
saying,
himself using the reverse curse technique and went on to become a maniac. This round was just as hype as the first time they faced off, but Gojo unleashed a secret technique that blew a hole through Toji and beyond. The animation was godly, and even though there were some differences from the manga, the studio managed to capture the impact and emotions that made the fight very memorable. Now we're in with one of the heavy hitters with Fate, Strange Fake Whispers of Dawn, Gilgamesh versus Enkidu. No doubt this scene by far is the best animated one amongst everything on this list. I couldn't stop watching it over and over again. The animation
That's Fate,
was a
right?
true
I remember. That's the only
masterpiece.
Fate.
I was still in awe of
That's the
watching
only
it for the
Fate I
10th
watch,
time
actually.
while making this list. The visual
only
effects
one,
were on
because
another
there's like
level, but
a
the
lot of
story
them,
is something
but
you
this
shouldn't
one I watch
overlook
it, though.
just because the animation was superb. Gilgamesh and Enkidu are
Wait,
revered as
never
monsters
mind,
in
I
their
didn't see
verse,
this
and
one.
in terms of combat strength, Enkidu is equal
Never
to
mind,
Gilgamesh,
I
even
didn't
though
see
they
this
have the
one.
power to transform all creations. Gilgamesh and Enkidu share a bond of friendship.
This
What
is a
better
different
way to greet
animation
each
from
other
what I
in their
saw.
reunion them to go all out. Ultimately, the encounter ended in a draw since Enkidu felt a curse of death, Enkidu's natural enemy. Before Gilgamesh left, he gave his best friend one final attack that lit up a part of the world visible from outer space. The depth, animation, and visual effects of this scene will certainly put other anime to shame, and that's why this is one of the best fights in the 2023 summer anime list.
That's the thing I saw at the beginning. The hell is this? Chinese anime,
From one
maybe?
well-animated fight scene to another, we have Fog Hill of 5 elements, Yi Xuan and Jing Xuan versus Shanchu. In this fight, Xuan and Jing face off against Shanchu, who just achieved his final form, making him stronger than he was before. In this 2 versus 1 battle, Shanchu was trading blows against the duo and eventually dominated them, proving that in this form, his strength couldn't be matched by anyone. Caught in a tight spot, Jing Xuan was in a lot of trouble as Shanchu was about to finish him off with a devastating move, but luckily, Yi Xuan stepped in and
so many things happening, I
attack.
can't even talk,
Enraged
bro.
by this, Yi Xuan transformed into a being that far surpasses Shanchu's imagination. From here on out, the animation looked like a
That's some
Chinese
Super
classic
Saiyan shit.
painting. The animation before Yi Xuan's rage mode was already a masterpiece, but this takes the cake by far. The choreography
The
and visual
animation
effects
is
of the
cool.
scene will give you goosebumps every time you remember it in your mind. Fog Hill of 5 Elements has always been renowned for its great animation, but this one takes it a step further.
I'm telling you, if Chinese anime had Japanese production, but oh my god, it would be over, bro. They should do a collaboration or some shit.
Last but not least, we have an entry from one of the most underrated animes of all time, Blades of the Guardian. Team Daoma versus Team He Yi Xuan. Daoma was outmanned and surrounded by He Yi Xuan and his killers, but their advantage didn't last long because Daoma's companions arrived and took them by surprise. In both spring and summer 2023, Blade of the Guardians has given us some of the best fight scenes in anime, and this one is no exception. It might take you some time to get used to Chinese voice acting, but once you do, it's definitely worth the watch. The animation in this scene was superb, and each of the characters' entrances was just awesome to look at. Ayuya's line was stone cold right after she put an arrow through one of them. Daoma even used one of He Yu Xuan's allies as a human shield. It was brutal, cinematic, dynamic, and showed just how strong Daoma and his companions really are. It'll exceed your expectations and get you hooked on the series.
Gear 5 is Kaido. That's pretty good.
We all knew this was coming. We have Gear 5 Luffy versus Kaido up next. Luffy versus Kaido was probably one of the best fights we've had in One Piece, and the emphasis on fights
I mean, yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. Zoro versus King. I think the King was his name, right?
Anime world by
Zoro versus.
Not only did we get to see the pinnacle of Luffy's strength, which is
no matter.
his
I know you
devil
guys know what I'm
but we
talking
also
about.
saw how
Zoro
overpowered
versus
cartoon
him
characters
was
really
way
are.
better,
Gear
I
5
think.
basically turns
Gear 5
everything
was
Luffy
nice, don't get me
touches
wrong.
into a
Kaido
Looney
versus Luffy
Tunes
was
scene,
tough.
and Luffy himself
But
is
that
impossible.
Zoro
However,
fight
even with
was
his
different,
power-up,
bro.
Kaido was proving to be stronger
Personally,
than
I
ever
like the
before.
Zoro
From
fight a little
Luffy
bit better.
using him as a jumping rope to Luffy grabbing literal lightning bolts and throwing them at him, and him finally using his gigantic attack, Bajrang Gun, the Straw Hat Captain made it one of the most unique boss fights in anime history. We didn't get to see it finished in one move, but that's why it was amazing to watch. We got to see Kaido truly live up to his name as the strongest creature, while at the same time, Luffy became a literal god. Their
Luffy
fight
got
spanned
blood
entire
armor, bro.
episodes, and we aren't complaining one
A
bit.
real
Everything was
1v1
perfect.
Kaido
From the
versus
different
Luffy,
animations,
Kaido
the
would
sound
win.
effects, and
You
up
know
to the
what I'm
moment
saying? He
where
knocked him out
Bajrang Gun
multiple
finished
times.
Kaido
But at
off,
the same
this
time, Luffy
fight
did
cemented itself as a legendary
knock
moment
out
in anime.
Kaido said multiple times. But if you keep in mind that since the beginning that he landed Wano, he got knocked out by King and got put into prison right away, bro. By Kaido. If Kaido really wanted to kill Luffy since the beginning, Luffy would have been dead. Let's be real, But that's the part. He's the main character after all, so